Think pastors' wives live modestly? Think again. Some of them own million-dollar mansions, run luxury businesses, and even fly in private jets. These women aren't just first ladies of the church. They're powerhouses of influence, wealth, and in some cases, controversy. From reality TV stars to CEOs, we're breaking down the 10 richest wives of black pastors. And trust me, some of these stories will leave you shocked. Who's building empires? Who's been caught in scandals? And who's hiding secrets behind the pulpit? Let's dive in. 1. Mary Bushiri, the billionaire pastor's wife. When you hear pastor's wife, you might not picture someone living like a billionaire. But Mary Bushiri is anything but ordinary. Married to Prophet Shepherd Bushiri, one of Africa's wealthiest preachers, Mary has built an empire alongside her husband. She co-owns Shepherd Bushiri Investments, which has its hands in real estate, mining, and even oil. But it doesn't stop there. Mary is also an author, a philanthropist, and the head of the Bushiri Foundation, which funds education and healthcare programs. But here's where things take a turn. In 2020, both Mary and her husband were arrested for money laundering and fraud. Authorities claimed their wealth came from an elaborate Ponzi scheme. While they were out on bail, they fled South Africa, causing a nationwide scandal. And if that wasn't heartbreaking enough, their daughter, Israela, passed away due to medical complications when they were banned from leaving Malawi for treatment. So, while Mary Bushiri enjoys a life of extreme wealth, her story is full of both fortune and tragedy.
2. Gizelle Bryant, from pastor's wife to reality TV star. If you think Real Housewives is all about drama, imagine being married to a high-profile pastor and starring in one of the most watched reality shows on TV. Gizelle Bryant was once married to Pastor Jamal Bryant, the leader of Empowerment Temple AME Church. But their marriage ended in flames. Infidelity rumors, public scandals, you name it. But here's the twist. Instead of fading into the background, Gizelle used the spotlight to her advantage. She became a TV star on Real Housewives of Potomac, launched her own beauty brand, Every Hue Beauty, and co-hosted the Reasonably Shady podcast, which even earned her an NAACP nomination. Her ex-husband? He tried to win her back. But Gizelle? She was already making her own millions. 3. Sarita Jakes, the silent powerhouse. You've heard of Bishop T.D. Jakes, the pastor behind the Potter's House megachurch. But behind this billionaire preacher stands a woman who's just as influential, Sarita Jakes. Sarita overcame incredible odds, including childhood abuse and a near-fatal car accident, to become a best-selling author, motivational speaker, and business mogul. She runs multiple ministries for women's empowerment, leads the SJ Home Collection, a luxury home decor brand, and has been featured on Oprah, Dr. Phil, and top magazines. She doesn't just live in wealth, she builds it. 4. Taffy Dollar, the woman behind the world changer. Creflo Dollar, the pastor famous for preaching prosperity, has a wife who embodies the message, Taffy Dollar. As the co-pastor of World Changers Church International, she runs a multi-million-dollar ministry, but she doesn't stop there. She's the CEO of AO Records, a faith-based music label, and founder of Prestige Ministry, which helps women leave the adult industry. She also sparked controversy with her book, Gender Roles, where she flipped traditional Christian teachings by promoting mutual submission in marriage, something that had conservatives up in arms. But whether you love her or question her message, one thing's clear. Taffy Dollar is living large. 5. Faith Oyedepo, the healed and highly favored faith. Oyedepo isn't just the wife of Bishop David Oyedepo, she's the First Lady of Winners Chapel, one of the biggest churches in Africa. Her wealth comes from books, conferences, and family business ventures. But here's where it gets interesting. Years ago, she was diagnosed with a mysterious, life-threatening illness. Doctors had given up hope. But after what she calls a miraculous intervention, she recovered completely. Today, she preaches about divine healing, and millions of followers believe she's living proof. 6. May Blake, the hidden matriarch of a megachurch. She might not be in the limelight as much as others, but May Blake played a major role in the success of West Angeles Church, one of the biggest congregations in America. When she married Bishop Charles Blake Sr., the church had only 50 members. Under their leadership, it exploded to over 24,000 members. Her influence was mostly behind the scenes, managing women's affairs and overseeing major church expansion projects. But make no mistake, her hand was in every decision. 7. Foluk Adeboye, the woman who built an empire. Foluk Adeboye is married to Pastor Enoch Adeboye, the head of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, a global church network. She's a force of nature in her own right, establishing schools, charities, and the Feast of Esther conference, which attracts thousands of women leaders every year. And in a world where many pastors' wives stay in the shadows, Foluk runs her own empire, impacting millions. 8. Loretta Jones, from reality TV to real influence. Bishop Noel Jones made headlines when he starred in Preachers of LA. But what most people didn't see, the woman running the operations behind the scenes, Loretta Jones. As his longtime partner turned wife, she's deeply involved in church leadership and philanthropy. But not everyone was happy about her high-profile presence. Some critics felt she was too involved in ministry affairs. But Loretta, she never backed down. 9. Vanessa Long. A marriage in the headlines. For years, Vanessa Long was the respected First Lady of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, married to Bishop Eddie Long. But in 2010, her world was shattered when her husband was accused of misconduct. The scandal rocked the church, and Vanessa even filed for divorce at one point. Yet, in the end, she stood by his side until his passing in 2017, leaving behind a legacy of faith, controversy, and resilience. 10. Sarah Jakes Roberts, the next-gen powerhouse. TD. Jakes' daughter, Sarah, is proof that pastors' kids can carve their own paths. Once a teen mom, she turned her life around to become a best-selling author, a co-pastor, and one of the most influential voices for young Christians today. With millions of social media followers, she's redefining ministry for a new generation and making major money doing it. From CEOs to reality stars, these women are anything but traditional pastors' wives. Some are building legacies, others are surviving scandals, but all of them are part of a billion-dollar religious empire. But now, I want to hear from you. Do these women deserve praise for their influence? Or is their wealth too much for religious leaders? Let's talk in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more shocking stories.